Guild Expedition Level 4 Part 1 Oceanic Future in Forge of Empires. The first 4 platforms of Level 4 in the Guild Expedition of the Oceanic Future are not really a challenge. This gives us the opportunity to look on some basics, as there came some significant changes with the Oceanic Future compared to all previous ages. Platform 1, Wave 1. My favorite team in the Oceanic Future is the combination of the turret and the hydroelectric eel. Against neighbors, I usually use one of each plus 6 rogues, and it works great. For level 4 of the Guild Expedition, this is a bit too much random. One day the rogues all change to turrets, next day they all are converted to eels. This is too unpredictable. For creating this video, it was very important for me that I'm not showing a solution that only works when the random effect of the Kraken appeared. With that great building and a little luck, the fight against the first wave can be much easier than demonstrated in the video. Hydroelectric eels are one of the 2 fast units of the Oceanic Future. They can hide in bushes. I pay attention to pick a bush outside of the opponent's range. If only 2 units have to be hidden, this usually is always possible. The effect is that the opponent's units moving right after my eels cannot hit my units in the first turn. Afterwards, the turrets start their action. This is one of the 2 artillery units of the Oceanic Future. They have a huge range and do additional damage to all other units in a distance of up to 2 tiles around the target. This makes them to be a dominant unit in the Oceanic Future. We only have to pay attention that we do not accidentally hit a rogue, as it would be converted and the task would become more difficult. I use the turrets even against ranged units, knowing that these have a defense bonus against artillery. But the huge distance avoids their retaliation damage. At the end of round 2, we already eliminated 2 units and many more received severe damage. These wounded units now are the targets for the hydroelectric eels. To avoid the retaliation damage, the first turret moves to the maximum distance. The other turret skips that round, as they would also hit the opponent's rogues. These rogues standing close to other units are better targets for the hydroelectric eels. Once the opponent remains with rogues only, it no longer is a challenge. This way we finish the battle against Wave 1 without losses. Against Wave 2 we start exactly the same way. The hydroelectric eels again hide in bushes out of the opponent's range. The computer moves without a chance to hit one of our units. The turrets then make impressive damage. They cannot target flying units, but these still can be damaged if close to a unit that has been hit. The rogues move forward a bit, making sure that they are in the opponent's range now. But this is already more than necessary, as our hydroelectric eels are successful against the computer's remaining units. The 2 rogues, of course, are no problem. We complete the battle on platform 1 without losses. I think everybody will be able to do the same. Platform 2, Wave 1. Turrets are strong units, but they can target neither hidden nor flying units. Therefore, we will have to use these less and add more hydroelectric eels instead. In the beginning, the hydroelectric eels move on tiles with bushes to wait there being hidden. The turrets only can target the opponent's eels. If they both manage to be hidden, both turrets only can wait and watch. Some players even restart the battle if this happens. The eels remain hidden outside of the opponent's range. This is only necessary in the case that the turrets were unable to hit. In our case, Wave 1 is already completed without having a single wounded unit. Against Wave 2, the battle starts as usual. The eels hide themselves and the opponent cannot hit us in round 1. Then we reach the point where we needed the turrets for. They cause significant damage as the opponent tends to have its units close together. The already wounded units then can easily be finished by the eels. Unfortunately, enough units survive to cause us 2 lost units. Platform 3, Wave 1. At Platform 3, I want to emphasize something that is valid for all platforms. On the computer side, it is defined only how many units of a certain category will be used. As the Oceanic Future has 2 different units for each category, the fight is different every week. It makes a huge difference if the computer uses turrets or medusas. In case of the medusa, I highly recommend to have at least 1 broke per medusa to take the first hit. The start is already common practice. The eels hide in bushes outside the opponent's range so that it cannot hit us in the first round. Afterwards, the turrets make a lot of damage. The remaining units will be handled by the eels then. Be aware that only the eels can attack the hidden opponent units.
Not losing a single unit against Wave 1 is already a good prerequisite for Wave 2.
Nice if a medusa is in range. Then the first move of the 2 eels are not wasted. I was unconcentrated with the 3rd eel. I easily could have placed it on bushes to hide so that it would not have been attacked. This is where you can play this better than I did. The opponent's units keep distance to each other this time, and as a result our turrets cannot be as efficient as they otherwise could be. But their huge range is still a great advantage, avoiding the retaliation damage of the ranged units when attacking from outside of their range. In the end, we lost 4 units, but I showed where is room for improvement. Platform 4, Wave 1. Because of the 4 medusas in Wave 2, I want to use 4 rogues. The other units I mix in the usual way. I don't use more rogues to reduce the random effect when they change. We need enough eels as the artillery cannot attack flying units. Again, the same procedure as always. The eels hide to avoid getting lost in the beginning, the turrets then make severe damage, and the remaining part is done by the eels. Platform 4, Wave 2. The medusas are the first targets to not let them fire again. The opponent's heavy units are slow, so that we have more time for these. In this case, there's only 1 crab mech in the opponent's team, which can be destroyed easily. In other weeks, instead of the octopods, up to 4 crab mech can appear. These are able to attack the hidden eels with the result that 2 eels will get lost. But the battle will still be won. In the example shown in this video, we complete the battle with all our units. Part 2 of this little series will then demonstrate the next, more difficult part.